Hi, and welcome to the last lesson for Empowered Advocacy, Lesson 8, tying it all together for an empowered healing journey. And I want to start by acknowledging just how far you've come. If you're here, if you're at this step, it means you've been learning, practicing, and taking steps to feel more confident in your medical journey. And that is huge. Advocacy isn't about having all the answers. It's about showing up prepared, knowing your rights, and trusting yourself to take charge of your health, which is huge. So good job. I know that dealing with doctors, medical jargon, and complicated systems can really feel overwhelming at times, but remember this: you are your own best advocate. No one knows your body better than you do. No one knows the lifestyle that you want to live, and you have every right to be heard, respected, and cared for properly. In this final lesson, we're going to tie everything together so that you feel empowered to use what you've learned in real world situations, and also perhaps circle back to lessons that you feel you would like to practice with a little bit more. So before we dive in, let's take a moment to reflect on all the skills and knowledge that you've gained throughout this course. Lesson 1, help you understand your medical rights and HIPAA protections. This is helpful so that you can look at your medical records, look at your medical bills, and make sure that you are being charged for the proper procedures, medications, surgeries, whatever it is that you're facing. Lesson 2 taught you about your body symptoms and how to recognize important symptoms and how they might be all related together, which is important for when you go in to speak to your doctor about the things that you're dealing with. You have a little bit more knowledge about how to communicate the possibilities of what could be happening within you. Lesson 3 introduced tools like old cards and the printable fillable PDFs that we have provided for you to help you organize your current health and your health history clearly. We also gave you some insight into how the doctor approaches you and your symptoms so that you can have the most quality time that you get with your doctor to help you figure out your healthcare plan. Lesson 4 focuses on how to present your symptoms effectively so that doctors truly listen. So this is where we actually put the old cards into action and practice going in and saying everything within the first few moments of your interaction with your doctor. Lesson 5 helped you to build very strong communication skills, ask the right questions, and also how to respond to situations where you do not feel comfortable or that your needs are not being met. Lesson 6 emphasizes self-care and stress management during these medical visits. Lesson 7 prepared you for handling medical emergencies with calm and confidence, and also the value of how to practice your stress management before you face emergencies, because really, you want to learn how to surf before you actually jump on the waves, right? So if you practice beforehand, when you hit this wave of crisis, you know how to handle it. Each of these lessons has given you essential tools, but just like any skill, advocacy takes practice. Circling back to the surf analogy, you wouldn't try to surf for the first time in the middle of a storm. You'd want to learn on calm waters first. So this is the saying for advocating for yourself, for practicing your stress management, for learning your first aid, for really diving deep into your body and your patterns with your symptoms. You start practicing now so that the moment comes, you'll be ready. So advocacy starts before you even step into the doctor's office. Being prepared will really help you feel more confident and in control. So here are a few key steps. Review your rights. Remember, you have the right to ask questions. You have the right to ask for a second opinion. You have the right to ask for a referral to a specialist. And you have the right to make decisions about your care. If you don't agree with what the doctor says, you have the right to bring it up in a way that shows that you are working together to come up with the best plan of action for you and your lifestyle. Because once again, the doctor's job is to help you learn how to manage the risks, and you are the only one who knows what kind of risks you want to take within your life. So going in, be organized. Use the PDFs that we have filled out. Clearly outline your symptoms, your concerns, your lifestyle, how it is you want to live, what do you hope to get from it. Also, prioritize your concerns. Write down the top 2 or 3 issues you want to discuss, because doctors, of course, they have limited time. When you are doing your research at home, Please be sure to research and cite credible resources. So it's very helpful to learn more about your symptoms and treatment options, of course, especially as you're learning to advocate for yourself. You want to know what it is that you're talking about with the doctor, but looking at trusted medical resources like the Mayo Clinic, the CDC, or the NIH will really show the doctor that you are working together to set up teamwork with your healthcare. Now, this is the big part. If you anticipate not feeling comfortable with the plan of action the doctor is going to give you, practice your lines out loud that we've given you throughout this course. State them as if you are repeating lines for a play. You're an actor and you are going to memorize these lines. So if the doctor says to you, perhaps your symptoms are anxiety, and you can respond with, are there any other possibilities that can be causing this physical issue besides anxiety? Or if you go into the doctor saying, I would like to try a medication or a procedure or a referral to a specialist, and they deny it, memorize. Doctor, please put in my chart that I have requested this procedure, this test, this referral, and you are refusing to do it. This goes back to referencing your medical records, because that could come in handy later if you do end up going to a specialist, and you can show your specialist that I went to the doctor and I requested these things and that did not happen. That could make a huge difference in your healthcare. So practicing clear, confident statements will help you stay focused even if you're nervous. Practice it beforehand, and when you get there, you will be good to go. So now let's talk about when you're in the room with your doctor. You want to make sure to have clear and assertive communication. So here's how to take control of the conversation. Start strong. Begin with your clear summary of what it is that you're going through using the old carts technique. Ask direct questions and don't be afraid to ask for clarity. Also, here's where your lines can come in. If you feel you're being dismissed, speak up. You can redirect the conversation by saying, I'd like to make sure we're addressing my main concern, which is this. Can we focus on that? If you go in for stomach problems and they seem to focus on your weight, circle back. I'd like to make sure we're addressing my main concern, which is stomach problems. Can we please focus on that? When your appointment ends, advocacy does not stop. Always make sure to review your notes, double check that you understand what was discussed and what the next steps are, and that you understand what the doctor wants to do, and that you agreed to it. Schedule follow-ups while you're there to make sure to schedule them before leaving the office, because you might lose the inertia and not make the appointments later, and you need to schedule them as soon as you can. Monitor your changes. If your symptoms worsen or you have additional questions, please don't wait. Please reach out to your doctor immediately. And make sure to build a healthcare team. Find providers who align with your health goals. It's like interviewing people who are going to be on your side. If something doesn't feel right, or you feel you don't get along or not getting the respect that you need from your doctor, getting a second opinion is always an option. Also, ask questions. Ask for specialists. Ask people in communities of who is a good person to go to. And as always, I'll keep repeating this, check your medical records against your bills. This helps prevent very unnecessary charges and ensures you understand the treatments and tests you're being billed for. So let's be real. Navigating the medical system isn't always smooth, but knowing how to handle challenges will keep you in control. Practice your stress management. Practice your grounding techniques. Practice your lines so that you know what to say if you're not being treated the way you want to. Use the printable and fillable PDFs. Take them with you to your appointment. Email them beforehand. Show the doctor that you care about your health and you are there to create a better healthcare plan, to work together to help yourself feeling better. At the heart of advocacy is this. You deserve to be heard, you deserve to be taken seriously, and you deserve to get the care you need. So remember to be proactive, rehearse your responses, communicate clearly and assertively, and follow through using the tools from this course. You've got this. You've come so far, and I hope that you feel stronger, more informed, and more empowered than when you first started this course. Advocacy is a skill, and like any skill, it grows with practice. Anytime you use these tools, every time you speak up for yourself, you are reinforcing your confidence and control over your health. I am so proud of the steps you've taken to prioritize yourself. Keep practicing. keep preparing, and most importantly, keep believing you're right to receive the best possible care. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Here's to a happier, healthier, and more empowered you.